All right, let's begin with the video.
How to stop holding on to relationships just because you're scared to be alone. I've done it, we've all done it, but it gets you nowhere. We always talk about how toxic guys can be, but girls can be worse. If this is the state of your relationship, peace out, Girl Scout. You're waiting for her to change. You should never wait for someone to change. The only way someone can truly change is when they're on their own. The one thing we can't get back in life is time. So why are you wasting yours? Number 2, you've made a pro and con list. Enough said. She wants you to change. Never compromise who you are for someone else. If she wants somebody that weighs 30 pounds less, likes baseball, and has an entirely different fashion sense, don't worry, there's someone out there for her. And there's a girl out there who will treasure you for you. Everything is your fault and never hers. You're waiting for things to go back to how they were in the beginning of the relationship. Are you gonna spend the rest of your life living in the past? You're not attracted to her. Harsh, but it's reality. You can't convince yourself of something that just doesn't feel right. And you also can't reproduce. You feel like you're settling. You should be with a partner that you worship in every aspect. Their intelligence, looks, the way they treat you. If you settle for a partner, you're gonna settle for everything else in life. And lastly, there's a lack of trust. It's not something that'll disappear overnight.
Yeah, and this is the
What's
thing,
up, my
right?
guy?
Unfortunately, a lot of guys, a lot of you guys watching me, will stay with a woman because you just don't have nowhere else to go. And you know what's crazy? Some of these women will choose guys that are less attractive than them, meaning she'll choose a guy that knows that she's above his league so that she could abuse him. That a lot of these women have such low self-esteem that they need to dominate a man. And sometimes the way that they dominate and control the guy is by picking a guy that's much lower than them. And obviously, you're not going to leave because that pum pum is so magical. Why would you leave? And that's the issue, is that they know that and they don't respect you because of that. Sometimes you reverse the dynamic. Sometimes you turn the tables around on that on her goofy ass by literally leaving. The problem, though, is that a lot of guys just don't know how to cope with being alone. They'll turn to porn, they'll turn to prostitutes, and eventually you'll end up going back to that girl. So it's really learning how to cope with it. And it's very difficult, especially as you get older. It becomes really difficult to just sit with the pain without having to reach out to get back with her. And a lot of guys will waste their entire lives with a woman who doesn't love her, with a woman who doesn't appreciate them, with a woman that looks down on you and is secretly hates and resents you. Right? Look, let's read these comments, man, because actually reading the comments, it said we could learn a lot from it. Easy to sit in your car and rant, right? My dad once told me not to spend time and money on someone else's future wife. Man, I just went through this. Finally broke up with her. Never had felt more free. Started using TikTok since my breakup, and your posts really help. Yeah, and this is the thing, man. Like it's most of the time we go back to these toxic women because we just feel lonely. The issue is that a lot of you guys just don't have friends. A lot of you guys don't have a social circle, don't have people who could support you. A lot of you guys are alone in your rooms watching YouTube and never really socializing. That is dangerous. Your thoughts becomes very compulsive and very toxic when you're isolated. But when you surround yourself with people, just literally people and different thoughts, you become liberated from that shackle that these women tend to have on you. You know, isolation is the last thing you want to do when and a lot of these women will want to isolate you. A lot of these women will tell you, don't hang out with your friends. A lot of these women will get you to break all of the relationships that you have that's outside of her so that she can monopolize your attention. And when they have that, then they start manipulating and abusing you. You know, a lot of guys are in this situation, but obviously they just don't admit it because it's embarrassing. You know, sometimes you just got to learn how to get women. You got to learn how to meet and approach women. And sometimes when you're able to do that, you're able to walk away. But when you don't know how to meet women, when you look like a sack of potatoes, of course you don't want to leave because you know you have no other option. And that's why I tell you guys, sometimes just check out my course, Emotional Mastery, Dark Game. It's a course that I created to teach every guy out there. I don't care whether or not you never had poom poom or whether or not you're somebody that gets women all the time, this course will increase whatever results you're already having or lack thereof. It's what I use in my life, and thousands of guys have purchased that course and they've seen it work in their lives. Now, if you guys want to talk to me and tell me about your situation and give you custom advice based on what you're going through, just book a one-on-one phone call by clicking on the description down below where it says work with me, and there you'll be able to have me on the phone today, right? Sometimes with these types of situations, you only need a phone call because you just need to know what to do. Some of you guys just don't know what to do. You guys rely on online dating and you're average looking. It doesn't work that way, right? You gotta learn how to have social game, build social circle, how to spit game to women, right? How to meet women at work and meet women at school. You could check it out by clicking in the description down below or purchasing my course. Take care.